I think they need to improve their defense. I think that's what they need to prioritize. They can put up points, but the more you let your defense go, the more pressure it puts on the offense to overcompensate and to overproduce. And once you do that, you endanger the personnel that you have on that side of the ball. Whether it's Dak Prescott, whether it's Ezekiel Elliott and others, you're going to have the ball anyway, and you're going to be able to do some things. But you've got to be able to stop people. You can't be the 31st ranked defense against the run in the National Football League and expect success when people know they can run on you all day, every day. You cannot be a team that's the 28th ranked defense overall. That's inexcusable. You just can't pull that off in the National Football League and expect there to be any degree of success. There's a reason why they say defense wins championships. I think that's something that needs to be paid attention to. And in my opinion, the Dallas Cowboys, certainly you got to get the best player. If there's somebody that's head and shoulders above everybody else on the defensive side of the ball, that would be different. But last time I checked, there was an elite corner out there named Surtain out of Alabama, if I remember correctly. And the bottom line is whether it's him or somebody else, you've got to buffer up that defense because that's going to give your offense more opportunities to do some things instead of putting exponential pressure on them because the defense can't stop any damn body.
Well, I would say the strategy should be in every draft, take the best available player. If that's Kyle Pitts, if he falls to 10, I wouldn't trade up to take an offensive player if I was the Cowboys. That I agree with. But if Pitts is there at 10, take him if there's no comparable talent on the defensive end. Now, if there is comparable talent, Stephen A., I'm with you, they need to improve the defense. So if there's a guy on defense, if that's Surtain or whoever they think it is, they'd be like, that's kind of a comparable player in terms of talent. We have him rated on the board right there with Pitts. Great, take him. But if Pitts, as Mel Kiper Jr. and others have pointed out, is the best player in the draft or the second best next to Trevor Lawrence, regardless of position, then take him. You figure the rest of that stuff out later. Stephen A., what do I always say about what Bobby Knight said when he was asked who should we draft, right? Portland, he said draft Jordan. But we have Drexler, we need a center. He said draft Jordan, play him at center. Take the best available guy, but I don't think Pitts is going to be there at 10.
Oh, man, listen, it's legit arguments. Y'all, I hope to God Kyle Pitts ain't there at 10 because Dallas don't need him. I get it. I understand the talent. And if he's sitting there, it's too enticing not to take that level of talent. But trying to solidify defense, a cornerback in Surtain or J.C. Horn or even Kelvin Joseph out of Kentucky, defensive linemen on the interior, Barmore, Tyrone Crawford retired this year. You need to solidify that side of the ball. You just brought in a new defensive coordinator who's going to bring the 4-3 back. So all of those guys who we respected and thought were top tier at their position should be better football players. But I think you continue to solidify that side. And then even if we're talking about the offensive side of the football, if Kyle Pitts is there, I get it. It's too hard. He's too good. You can't pass that up. But they need O-line depth, y'all. We watched what happened last year when the injuries started to pile up. There was no chance up front for this offensive line either. So, look, from the standpoint to what you said, Max, like Jordan is available, right? And it's easy to talk about that now because we know Jordan of how we know Jordan. But coaches see it as well. They took DeMarcus Ware 11th, took me 20th. That was the right call by Jerry Jones. Obviously, a Hall of Famer that ended up being a franchise changer. At 10, when you need an impact guy on the defensive side of the football and one is identifiable and that's the weakness, you take that guy. But I'm with y'all. If Kyle Pitts is sitting there at 10, it's going to be hard as hell for the Dallas Cowboys or any team that even already had a tight end to pass up that level of talent. I just pray he ain't there because Dallas needs more. We need more. And there's got to be a emphasis put on need more so than the talent that's there.
I tell you what else I think that goes on with Jerry sometimes. Like, offense is sizzle. Offense is box office. Offense makes you money. And I think when he thinks about having a tight end like this kid, and you're talking about pairing him with a Cooper, with a Gallup, with a CeeDee Lamb, and with Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, and you just decided to give Dak Prescott that money, it's a high-powered offense. Now, Jerry Jones talks about prioritizing ultimately capturing the Super Bowl because he's looking at his own mortality. Fair enough, but I truly, truly believe that when something like this happens, if he were to make this move, it's because the businessman in Jerry takes over and he's thinking box office. That's what he's thinking about. But I would remind him, Dan Marino had Mark Super Duper, Mark Clayton. Dan Fouts had Charlie Joyner and Kellen Winslow Sr. and Chuck Muncie and those boys. High-powered offense. No Super Bowl to show for it.
SA, to your point, therein lies the issue. This is why we go in this ever-revolving circle about Jerry Jones being involved in the decision-making, because that sizzle does get him. That is a part of what he kind of confines himself to when we get around draft time. I'm going to take you all back. Do you remember when Travis Frederick was drafted and Zach Martin and the Dallas Cowboy fans was like, what in the hell are we doing
earlier,
taking
Marcus,
a center in the first round? Like I was in that same vein, because you automatically think in the draft, go get the best guy. But the decisions were the right ones. Dallas, had it not been for injury or just moving parts, arguably for a 3-year run, had the best offensive line. We thought about Zeke as the best running back. Dak was able to thrive faster than most young quarterbacks can because they solidified that part of their team. I get it with Kyle Pitts, but please don't lose focus on the things that need to happen. Your offense is good outside of depth from an offensive line standpoint. You have weapons. You have the quarterback. Defensively, with a new D coordinator, you need to try to find a game changer on that side of the ball. And please do it, and don't get caught up in the Kyle Pitts saga. I hope he's not there, y'all.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.